Hurricanes Unveiled, Destruction, Recovery, and Lessons. Title: Hurricanes Unveiled, Destruction, Recovery, and Lessons. Introduction, 100 words. Hurricanes are natural disasters that unleash immense destruction and leave lasting impacts on both human lives and the environment. These powerful storms often catch communities off guard, challenging their resilience and recovery efforts. In this article, we will explore the devastating effects of hurricanes, the subsequent recovery process, and the vital lessons learned from these catastrophes. See events. By understanding the destruction caused by hurricanes and implementing effective recovery strategies, we can better prepare ourselves for future storms and minimize their impact. Section 1: The Devastation of Hurricanes, 400 words. Hurricanes, also known as tropical cyclones, form over warm ocean waters and can stretch for hundreds of miles. These massive storms carry strong winds that can reach speeds over 160 miles per hour. Accompanied by torrential rainfall and storm surges. The combination of these elements often leads to extensive damage and loss of life. The landfall of a hurricane brings about a whirlwind of destruction. High winds cause buildings to crumble, power lines to collapse, and trees to uproot. Heavy rain triggers catastrophic flooding, resulting in widespread property damage and the displacement of entire communities. Furthermore, storm surges, caused by the intense winds pushing water ashore, pose an additional threat. Coastal areas are particularly vulnerable to these surges, leading to erosion, submersion, and a heightened risk of drowning. Section 2: The Recovery Process, 500 words. In the aftermath of a hurricane, affected communities face the daunting task of recovery and rebuilding. The recovery process involves various stages, all of which demand a collaborative effort from government agencies, communities, and nonprofit organizations. The initial phase focuses on search and rescue operations, providing immediate assistance to those in need and establishing temporary shelters for displaced individuals. Once rescue operations are complete, attention turns towards restoring infrastructure and essential services. Power lines, roadways, and communication networks are repaired or rebuilt to enable the assumption of everyday activities. Ensuring access to clean water, medical facilities, and emergency services is paramount to safeguarding public health during the recovery phase. Another critical aspect of recovery is housing restoration. Thousands of homes are often severely damaged or destroyed during hurricanes, leaving families without shelter. Governments and relief organizations collaborate to provide temporary housing solutions, such as trailers or shelters, while permanent housing options are implemented. The reconstruction process can take years, as it entails not only rebuilding homes but also addressing issues related to land use and insurance claims. Section 3: Lessons Learned, 400 words. The destructive impact of hurricanes has yielded important lessons that have shaped emergency preparedness strategies. One of the key lessons learned is the importance of early warning systems. Technology has greatly improved our ability to track and predict hurricanes accurately. Enhanced forecasting and early warning systems allow for better evacuation planning, giving people adequate time to seek safety away from the storm's path. Timely evacuations save lives and mitigate the impact of these devastating events. Investment in critical infrastructure is another lesson we have learned. Building infrastructure that can withstand the strong winds, storm surges, and heavy rainfall associated with hurricanes is crucial. Elevating buildings, reinforcing structures, and establishing better drainage systems can offer increased protection against the destructive forces of hurricanes. Incorporating these measures into urban planning can shield vulnerable regions from significant damage and expedite the recovery process. Furthermore, effective communication plays a vital role in hurricane preparedness and response. Governments and emergency management agencies must deliver accurate and timely information to community. In a clear and accessible manner. Prompt communication ensures that individuals can make informed decisions regarding evacuation plans and other necessary actions. Section 4. The role of community engagement, 500 words. Community engagement is a crucial aspect of hurricane preparedness and recovery. When hurricanes strike, it is not just government agencies and relief organizations that play a role in the response. Efforts. Active involvement and collaboration from the local community can greatly contribute to a faster recovery and better outcomes. One key aspect of community engagement is fostering a sense of preparedness. Educating residents on hurricane risks, evacuation routes, and emergency protocols can empower individuals to take proactive measures to protect themselves and their families. Through public awareness campaigns and community meetings, crucial information can be disseminated, ensuring that everyone understands the import of preparedness. During the recovery phase, community engagement becomes even more vital. Local residents possess valuable knowledge about their neighborhoods, including the most vulnerable areas and the specific needs of their community members. Furthermore, community organizations and volunteer groups often play a significant role in post-hurricane recovery efforts. These groups provide essential services such as distributing food, water, and supplies to affected residents. They also offer emotional support and counseling to those who have experienced trauma and loss. By supporting and collaborating with community organizations, governments and relief agencies can leverage their local expertise and resources for a more efficient recovery. Section 5. Environmental Impacts and Climate Change, 400 words. In addition to the immediate destruction and human suffering caused by hurricanes, these storms also have long-lasting environmental impacts. Climate change has been linked to the increased frequency and intensity of hurricanes, exacerbating their destructive potential and posing a threat to coastal ecosystems. Hurricanes can have a significant impact on the environment, particularly in coastal regions. The storm surge, flooding, and high winds disrupt fragile ecosystems, including wetlands, mangroves, and coral reefs. These habitats provide important ecological services, such as shoreline protection, water filtration, and supporting diverse marine life. Damage to these ecosystems leads to a loss of biodiversity, increased erosion, and diminished resilience to future storms. Climate change contributes to rising sea levels, making coastal areas more susceptible to storm surges. As sea levels continue to rise, the impact of storm surges during hurricanes becomes more severe. The erosion of coastal lands, the submergence of low-lying areas, and the destruction of coastal infrastructure all have significant economic and environmental consequences. Addressing climate change and its impacts on hurricanes requires a multifaceted approach. Mitigation efforts, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources, are crucial in slowing down the pace of climate change. Additionally, adaptation measures need to be implemented to prepare communities for the inevitable increase in hurricane frequency and intensity. This includes investing in resilient infrastructure, conserving coastal ecosystems, and promoting sustainable land use practices. Section 6, Mental Health and Emotional Well-Being, 400 words. In the wake of a hurricane, the impacts extend beyond physical destruction and environmental damage. The trauma and stress experienced by individuals and communities affected by hurricanes can have long-term effects on mental health and emotional well-being. Recognizing and addressing these psychological aspects is crucial in supporting the overall recovery process. The aftermath of a hurricane can be traumatizing, with individuals experiencing fear, grief, and a sense of loss. Witnessing the destruction of homes, the displacement of loved ones, and the disruption of everyday life can lead to feelings of helplessness and despair. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, anxiety, and depression are common mental health issues that may arise after a hurricane. Access to mental health services is essential during the recovery phase. Affected individuals should have access to counseling, therapy, and support groups to help them process their experiences and build resilience. Governments and relief organizations need to ensure the availability of these resources and promote awareness of the importance of seeking help for mental health needs. In addition to individual support, community-wide mental health initiatives can play a significant role in the healing process. Engaging with local mental health professionals and community organizers